Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome inside the UMAC on the campus of Union High School for tonight's matchup between the Owasso Rams and the Union men's basketball team. Thanks for joining us on the Union Sports Network alongside the one, the only Casey Jordan. I'm Jim Dalford. So before the break, this Union team, I should say, pulled off a great win against a very talented Booker T. Washington Hornet squad, and they improved to 4-1 on the season. But tonight, man, Casey, they faced an Owasso squad who's coming off a great win against Jinx prior to the break, where they trudged the Trojans by 32 on December 20th at home, led by Kyler Mann, who had 22 for Owasso. But they've had only 2 games that they've played so far. And does that say anything about what we can expect tonight based on 5 or 6 games now for Union and just 2 for the young Owasso team?
It's definitely tough to gauge because, 22 points, whether that's a career high, it could be a season average. You don't really know off of 2 games. So it's tough to see, kind of who is going to be their go-to from the beginning. So you watch film, you try to figure out what you can, and then, but you stay within your system, you stay within who you are and do what you do best, and that's going to be going through Pierce.
So Union has its playmakers as well, Casey, and what do you expect out of Coach Garcia this evening, and what, he's mixed up his starting lineup for sure in the 2 home games we've had here. What do you expect out of Coach Garcia?
A little bit of the same. He's kind of found his rhythm, and, Trent Pierce is going to be a guy doesn't matter which game we're in, he's going to be a guy to watch and a guy to contend. A 6'7" kid that can handle the ball like he does. He's fun to watch, and the offense typically does and kind of runs through him. If he's having a good night, they have a good night.
So there you have it, folks. We're back with the starting lineups and the tip-off. Owasso Union on the Union Sports Network.
Welcome to the John Q. Hammonds Arena on the campus of Union High School for tonight's Frontier Valley Conference matchup between Owasso and Union. At this time, we ask that you please rise for the playing of our national anthem.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that
First, let's meet the visitors, the Owasso Rams. At 6'3", a senior number 3, Trenton Ellison. At 5'10", a sophomore number 5, E.J. Lewis. At 6'5", a junior number 11, Kyler Mann. At 6'7", a junior number 23, Caden Fry. And at 6'4", a senior number 24, Bryce Journey. Head coach for Owasso is Brian Montanati, assisted by Ricky Beaker, John Rabowski, and Larry Llewellyn. And now for your Union starting 5. At 6'1", a senior number 2, Aaron Davey. At 6'2", a senior number 4, Jediah Jones. At 6 foot, a senior number 11, A.J. Reed. At 6'1", a junior number 13, Damon Sanders. And at 6'7", a sophomore number 22, Trent Pierce. Head coach for Union is Rudy Garcia, assisted by Steve Geary, Mark Ritter, and Jonathan Washington. Owasso comes into tonight's contest with a record of 2-0 and are currently ranked number 6 in
Well, good
Class
evening, ladies
6A.
and gentlemen, and welcome in to the
Union.
UMAC for tonight's contest between the Owasso Rams and your Union basketball squad. In case you right off the bat, we wondered what kind of starting lineup Coach Garcia was going to throw out there, and he's going with a plethora of seniors and then their superstar sophomore in Trent Pierce.
Yeah, that's first time that we've called that Fuller's not been out there starting the freshman. So, he's going with Damon Sanders, and typically he's a great defender. So, trying to get him involved early.
Quick bucket there by Kyler Mann, and I'm afraid we're going to be saying his name quite a bit tonight as he's the one that kind of took Jinx apart. And athleticism is on display for the Rams for sure.
Yeah, they're playing with a lot of length in this first half.
Sanders with a nice spin move and the finish. You said he was a defensive prowess. That's some nice hands.
Moving like a linebacker out there.
Tight end. We'll get into more of that later. And now Lewis with the ball. Lewis up high to Ellison. Ellison will drive. Nice little soft, can't get it to go, and a rebound there by A.J. Reed. Up ahead to Jones. Jones to Pierce. Pierce for 3. Bang! Oh, baby. Pierce comes out hot. That was a nice look by the sophomore. Probably a better pass.
Yeah, he doesn't play like a sophomore, and that's one of those things that if you're Coach Garcia, you really like that you get 2 more years of him after this year.
Nice baseline drive and kick it back out. Up high, Lewis for 3. That's going to be off. Jediah with the push. And now a foul is going to be called on Journey for sure over the back. Some of the fans behind us don't like it, but he just about climbed up Jediah's back to try to get that rebound. Now Reed will bring it up, slow it down here. We're just underway. Thanks for joining us on the Union Sports Network. Alongside Casey Jordan, I'm Jim Douthit, and this is probably going to be one of the better contests we've seen so far this year, although steal and a foul called on Ellison, and they'll quickly pick up 2. And I say that because the only lead that I can remember Union not having was the second game that we had against Booker T, and they were down by, I believe, 3 at half, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, they've been playing very well so far this season, and nice pick there.
Yep, picked by Mann. Mann will go in, nice easy layup. And Mann with all 4 points for the Rams. Now Davey with a clean cut look. Dribble around, set it up, give it to Sanders. Sanders will drive, kick it back to Davey. Davey tries to drive. Now out to Pierce. definitely want to get Pierce loose. They wanted to walk, not going to happen. Man there with the steal. He'll go down, can't finish. Oh, but a nice rebound there. Caden Fry with a nice follow.
Beautiful trailing rebound right there and a putback. You know, that's one thing that you're taught early is trail that runner, and because there's a good chance that he's going to be contested, and you can get a nice look for a putback. Beautiful play.
Sanders really coming out here, controlling it and calling some things. Block there. Journey with the block. Owasso up ahead. Big board. And Owasso is outrunning as Fry's got 4 on the night.
Yeah, Owasso's using their link to them right now. And if they've got a lot of it out there, and they're going to be pushing that ball inside.
Quite a bit. Nice drive there. No call, no foul. Pierce. Rebound there out of bounds, and Owasso will be awarded the ball. Reed was really looking for the foul there, but good no call.
Yeah, I believe it was. I mean, they were both battling, and it didn't look like he was, you know, he went straight up, so you'd like to see Trent put that back and make him pay for it, but good play. He'll knock that down 9 out of 10 times.
Lewis with the drive, and he'll get fouled. Lewis will go to the free throw line here and shoot 8-5 early on. Rams came out ready to play for sure. So talk a little bit about this head coach for the Rams, Eddie Sutton, product of the 90s. When you have a coach on a high school team that's played at the D1 level and then went over, and I believe he played in Europe, if I'm not sadly mistaken, you told me Italy?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what can he bring that a coach that hasn't had that experience bring to a team?
Well, one thing that he brings you've seen it early with Owasso is, you know, Eddie Sutton was known for his defensive teams. You know, they wore defense on the back of their shorts because in practice, you know, they put so much emphasis on it. So, you know, Coach Montanati, he knows that emphasis from Coach Sutton, and he's probably going to instill it in his players. And so far early on, you can see that, you know, they put a lot of emphasis on defense, and, you know, that can win you a lot of games.
Lewis was charged with a foul there while we were talking about little Oklahoma State basketball. Now Davey inside to Pierce. And another foul off the ball. Kyler Mann also gets fouled. So quickly, Owasso's got 4 team fouls to Union's 1. And that bodes well for Coach Garcia and his squad as Davies has a seat.
It does. I mean, they're playing a little bit aggressive early. They want to put pressure on Union. They want to make them earn it. So they're getting some early fouls, which, you know, as Coach Montanati's not going to like that. But with an aggressive defense, typically comes with, you know, some fouls that you.
Great pass there by Jones. Little bounce pass, and Pierce gets it.
Beautiful backdoor cut there by Pierce. And if he gets to moving, he gets to rolling. This team, you know, they like to run their offense through him, and you like to see that early backdoor cut from him.
Morris was the one that checked in for Union earlier as T. Davey. Aaron gets to have a seat. Coach Garcia not happy with that call. Pierce is going to pick up his second early on. And although that's only 2 team fouls, that's 2 on Pierce, and that's not something you want to see early on.
Yeah, it's way too early of a ball game to get him that he's going to have to sit down here for a little bit because you don't want to get him 3 fouls before you even get to the second quarter.
Aramiah checks in. First time we've got to see this young man this year. Glad to see him healthy and on the floor, and senior presence, the 6'2 senior, gets his first action here on the home floor as Pierce, as we talked about, has a seat. Sanders to Jones. Jones up ahead. Morris over to Sanders. Sanders inside to Aramiah, and Aramiah a little nervous maybe. Not the best pass to Reed, but Reed controls it. And they'll get charged. Well, no foul. I think it was a walk. Is that what I saw? I believe A.J. Reed's going to get called for the walk.
Yeah, it definitely looked like he was going to get a blocking call charged against him, but instead they call a turnover. And
some discombobulation here. Armstrong Jr. in,
Yep.
and he's got a walk as well. Brandon Armstrong Jr., the 6'1" senior for Owasso, checks in and is charged with a turnover early on. So Morris on the floor is Morrison Reed, Jediah Jones, Damon Sanders, and Dayon Aramiah. And this combination is having a little fun. There's some smiles going on. Sanders will go to the line and shoot two as we're knotted at 9 with 2:33 remaining here in the first. Aaron Potter checks in for Coach Monteo, his Owasso squad.
yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if Owasso pushes that ball inside right here. They got the length advantage at a pretty sizable margin right now. So if they can get that ball inside and try to get a little bit of lead here, they're going to
Push it for sure. Nice defense there, and a turnover up ahead to Jones. Jones, nice finish. Beautiful steal there by Morris up ahead to Jones, and Jones with the nice body control. And the foul's going to be charged to Morris. And it's going to be one of those games, partner. Going to be hard fought, and we're going to be here a while because the whistle's going to blow quite a bit, it looks like.
Yeah, Owasso might have the height advantage right now, but Union's going to lead on their speed and quickness right here.
Way outside. Off, nice rebound though. And that's going to be called a jump ball. That's a nice job by Morris to pull that ball away and get the jump ball on the big 6'7" junior in Caden Fry.
Yeah, he got way up there for that rebound, and he caught him as he was coming down to get some hands on the ball and got a jump ball situation where now you got the ball.
And folks, if you're 6'7", if Casey says you got way up there, then you got way up there. Touch the top of the backboard, it seems like at times. Nice job there. And hustle by Owasso. Up ahead, kick the ball. Potter.
Yeah, his eyes got a little bit fast for his feet there, and he was looking up and probably was going to try to dunk it, and didn't get his feet set and go up for a layup instead and kicks the ball out of bounds.
Is there something to be said for being that wide open and your eyes get real big and you just kind of screw it up?
I'm sure it happens to them, you know. Sadly, with my height, I never got the opportunity to dunk it, so I never had to.
Big block there by Amari. And ahead. Oh, Trey Morris with the nice finish. And Aramiah with the block that set that whole thing up as we're joking about height down here. 13-9 now, Union up with just under a minute left in the first quarter. A spirited game. Thanks for joining us on the Union Sports Network alongside Casey Jordan. I'm Jim Douthit. And there's the height that you were talking about, the length. Nice feed inside. Can't finish though, but big rebound there. Another putback, and Owasso will get the ball out of bounds. And man, when you got 6'7" and 6'3" underneath that basket, and 6 foot, and I'm telling you, Potter, it shows 6 foot on the roster, but he's a lot taller than 6 feet.
Yeah, and Caden's got to be careful there. He's borderline over the back on that play, but when you're 6'7", it's hard to not go over the back.
And Jones with a big drive and won over the big fella and got two, and Union's up by 4 with just under 20 seconds left here in the first quarter.
Yeah, he did a very good job there of, getting Caden off his feet and, waiting for the down to go up with that and use his body, put him in a nice position, and 2 points out of there.
And there's a push off on Armstrong, and that's something that was pretty obvious, even though Armstrong didn't agree with the call. Now Morris will set it up. 6 seconds, 5. They better hurry. Neil Kinney in now, setting some screens. Fade away, doesn't go. And that's the first quarter. You're watching Union's men basketball. We'll be back in 30 seconds on the Union Sports Network. Welcome back to the UMAC for the second quarter. Owasso down by 4 to Union here early on, as Aaron Potter will kick it in. Armstrong will set it up for Owasso. We're looking for the pick and roll inside, and there it is. Caden Fry. It's going to be a long night, sir, if they keep going Caden Fry all night. There's a nice drive by Aramayan. He can't get it to finish, but that was a nice hustle in there by the young man, the senior, and a put back there, and Ellison is on the board. He's got 2 on the evening, and we're knotted at 15. Reed brings it down. He'll hand it off to Nagy. Nagy in the game now. Nagy, the nice little jumper, and he'll get the friendly roll. So on the floor for Coach Garcia is Aramayan, the aforementioned Morris, and a foul there. Neil Kinney, A.J. Reed, and Cody Nagy. Neil Kinney will get charged for the foul, and Armstrong will go to the free throw line.
Yeah, Armstrong drove in very tough right there and kind of threw it up at the last second and ended up going in. Beautiful play. Turned it into a three-point play.
Now Reed will set it up. He'll quarterback this job. Over to Nagy. Nagy will look to Kinney, and Kinney will try to set some screens. Wide open, boy, Nagy wanted that shot, but he's not going to get it. Now step up, and a 3. Nicely done by Reed.
Yeah, if Nagy follows up on the last home game that we had here, he'll end up taking that shot pretty soon, because I think he made like 23s in the last game.
Not surprising, man can't find the bottom of the basket, but a defensive job by Reed. He knocked it back out, but Owasso took control of it. Now Armstrong, Nagy followed closely by him. Armstrong with the drive, and he took about 99 steps. He can't figure out why.
Went for a little bit of a Euro step there, but didn't work out for him. He wanted a push there, but he drove in, lowered his shoulder, so if anything, it was going to be a foul on him if he got one.
Too many steps there. And we'll see if Nagy can take over like he did last game. He's directing a little bit of traffic. Drive there off the foot, looking for a foul, but he's not going to get one there. That just went off his foot. Aramayan not real happy with his play so far. Nice rebound there by Morris. Morris will bring it up. Nice ahead pass to Aramayan. Oh, and that's a goaltending charge right there. That is a goaltending call for sure. Nice job. That's what you get when you're 6'7". You can flat get up there and get that basketball. Damon Sanders checks back in. Kenny and Nagy have a seat. Sanders and Reed, I should say, also check back in. The lead is 4 for Coach Garcia's team. Stolen there. Pierce couldn't keep control of it. Man, nice spin move, but he's not going to get anything. Jeremiah with the rebound up ahead to Pierce, and Pierce can't finish. Boy, he had it wide open. Sometimes you don't realize the kind of open look you get.
Yeah, he wasn't quite for sure if he was going to lay that up or dunk it, and he second-guessed himself too much, and that's something Trent's going to next time probably just lay it up and be smart with it.
Seemed to look over his shoulder too, like, is there somebody behind me? That may have screwed him up. He may have heard some footsteps that weren't quite there. Now Owasso in, nice hands. Boy, Morris has done some really great defensive work here. Almost tries to steal it there, they can't. Big 3-ball there, that's gonna be off. Rebound, and by golly, A.J. Reed at 6 foot just went up and got that ball over Pierce and everybody.
Yeah, it was a very explosive play there by A.J., and he shows his athleticism early and often whenever it comes to these games, and there's a reason he's out there.
Davey will check back in along with Jones, and A.J. Reed will get to shoot 1 and 1 as Owasso's already into the bonus, or excuse me, Union, I should say, is already into the bonus. 17 fouls for Owasso, 4 for Union. They can't make them pay, as Nagy looks like he wants to check back in. Nice fadeaway jumper there, can't get it to go. And then Reed again with the board. He's getting up there and getting himself some board love. Jediah Jones with the pass that didn't quite connect with Pierce. And Pierce will have a seat again, and Nagy will check back in. Quick little shift there for Pierce. Not too sure why the change. Coach Casey, any ideas?
I'm not for sure if it was a foul situation or we definitely, if he's not in foul trouble, you want him out there and being able to use his length and athleticism.
Reed with the nice move. Can't get it to follow, but got some oohs and ahs from the crowd here. As E.J. Lewis will bring it up now for Owasso. Down by 4 with just under 3:45 to play here in the second quarter. Owasso will work it around the perimeter. Up high, Caleb Leslie takes a look, stops, pops, doesn't get it to fall. Jediah Jones with the rebound, and Owasso not crashing the boards there. Probably something coach will be addressing for Owasso at the halftime for sure.
Yeah, that's something that Coach Montanoy is going to want, or Montananto is going to want to take advantage of moving forward.
Sanders with the drive, and he's laughing because he knows he took too many steps. He lowered that shoulder and wanted the same thing that Armstrong wanted just a few minutes ago for the Owasso side, I imagine. Almost looked like the same play.
Yeah, both of those players are very similar. They want to use their strength to their advantage, but sometimes you're going to get a little bit too carried away whenever you're lowering that shoulder, and those feet are going to keep moving and your body's not.
Caleb Leslie for 3. Leslie wanted that shot earlier from this side of the court and didn't get it. Now Reed, stop, pop. He'll get a nice floater in. Man running the floor there wanted the outlet pass, but he's not going to get it because Damon Sanders was all over him, and that's going to be out of bounds on Owasso, and Union's going to get the ball. And Coach Garcia's pretty demonstrative right now with his team. Not too sure what he's upset about, but they did get the turnover. Maybe sloppy play from his standpoint.
Yeah, they're playing a little loose right now. And
Nagy with the great bucket. And Owasso's going to take a timeout. Coach Montanati is furious with what he saw from the ref, and he took a timeout probably to compose himself and his players at this point.
A little bit, but that was a beautiful play by Nagy. He used his offhand to kind of put a little distance between him and the defender, used his left hand, bounced it off the backboard, and beautiful play.
Boy, especially over the size of a gentleman like Caden Fry at 6'7", He didn't make him look like he was 6'7".
No,
that's for
he
sure.
he executed that perfectly. I mean, he didn't push off of him, but he did give him enough space to where he kind of put a little bit of arc on that shot, and beautiful play.
Yep. Nice roll, and as you said it, if Nagy can get hot like he did against Booker T, that's gonna bode well for the Union squad for sure. 2:31 here left in the second period. Fry will inbound it here. E.J. Lewis will bring it up. Guarded closely there by Aaron Davey. And Aaron Davey doing a really, really good job. Now ahead, nice drive, can't finish. And Reed with another rebound. That's 3 in a row for A.J. Reed. And he'll push it up. Nagy for 3. Can't get it, but Jediah Jones with a nice rebound. Davey to Reed. Reed will drive, and whoa, can't quite finish it. Jediah Jones with a great hustle, and Union controls back again. Reed with a bucket. Nicely done, and great hustle there by Coach Garcia. So whatever was said during the timeout bodes well for Union. Trey Morris will check back in. As Davey has a seat, he'll get a nice applause from a couple of the fans, and Coach Garcia happy with that effort. Probably by all 5 on the floor at that point, right, Casey?
Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful possession by them. They fought hard underneath the basket and got a couple second-point opportunities, and they took advantage of it.
Now one of the biggest leads I think Union has had tonight is it's 7 with 1:35 remaining here in the first. Morris now pull it down, look for a screen by Sanders. Just off the mark, and Armstrong pushes it up the floor for Owasso. Oh, the big fella, I thought he was going to pull up there for 3. You got a 6'7" player that can shoot from 3. That could be kind of dangerous. Armstrong will control it. Guarded nicely there by Jediah Jones. Ellison now looking over the floor.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
They got a little bit of congestion going on right now. They're going to need a little bit of ball movement to kind of get Owasso moving.
Rebound stolen there again by Reed. He just took it out of Fry's hands. Now Reed down. He's going to come up short on that. And Fry will get the rebound. That's somebody that wants that ball pretty bad when you've got somebody by 7 inches and they can't finish it. Jediah can't get the charge, but no foul called. Nagy will come away with it with 29 seconds, but there's a foul on Mann. Kyler Mann will get charged with the foul. That's Mann's second foul. Cody Nagy will go to the line and shoot 1 and 1 as Dayon Aramiah checks back in for Coach Garcia. Pretty good possession here in the last 2 minutes, I would say, for Union.
Yeah, Armstrong got a little bit of an earful there from Coach Montanano because he was kind of forcing things, and he didn't really need to continue to drive in and throw up uncontested shots like that. So kind of got a little earful.
Controlled basketball is what you're going to hear, especially from a coach of his stature, and really Coach Garcia for that matter too. There's no reason to be throwing up shots. You've got a lot of basketball left, and a 9-point lead's not a lot in this game. We know that.
Yep.
Now Leslie with the ball. He'll put it on the floor. Inside. Sloppy play, but I'm not too sure Morris had to do that. Maybe his position a lot different than mine. Didn't seem like he had to rush that ball and throw it out of bounds like that, but good hustle by Morris. Ellison will inbound it, I believe. Yes, he will. Fry checks back in as Clifton checks out. Now Fry's got the ball. Nice little move there. That's a nice move. He can't get that to follow, but, or fall, I should say, but a nice follow by Mann. Oh! That's a walk-off. Nagy for 3. And he shot it from, I don't know, Steph Curry range there. That was a beautiful shot. And that'll count. And we got a timeout, or excuse me, we got halftime. So coming up right now is my conversation with the Shagwa boys. Seth and Ethan starts right now. All right, guys, so I'm here with Ethan and Seth Shagwa, the class of 2017 and the class of 2020, respectively. And gentlemen, thanks for doing this, first of all. Ethan's a senior at SMU and Seth a freshman at Johnson Community College up in Overland Park, Kansas. So Ethan, as the elder statesman, I'll start with you. What's this year been like for you at SMU, and is there such a thing as business as usual for you and your Mustang teammates?
Well, I definitely wouldn't call it business as usual off the court, just because of like COVID testing and all the hurdles we've had to go through just to schedule games and play games. But once I'm on the court, it's always business as usual for me. So I would say yes and no to that one.
Right on. So talk a little bit about the process that you guys have gone through this year, as it's different than what you've been through in the past. You're tested every day, I'm assuming. What's that like?
Yeah, I mean, not exactly every day, but probably three to 4 days out of the week. We're going to get PCR tests and whatnot. And then just like the protocols are a lot different this year, just because like, okay, I have a roommate, maybe he gets symptoms, anything at all, we're both out of practice at least a week or two. So it's a lot different this year just from a standpoint of, safety and whatnot.
So Seth, let's ask you real quick, kind of the same line, and then we'll go back to our times or your times at Union. What's it like up there at Johnson Community College? What are the protocols that you guys have up there? What's your week like with them?
I mean, we don't really do no like testing like that. We just tell them if we got symptoms or not, and then we probably just sit out 2 weeks, and then that's really it.
So the difference then, Ethan and Seth, between D1 college and community college and a smaller one in Kansas, and that's where you see the separation in that, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I mean, I think a little bit, but I mean, like he said, they're still taking safety precautions to some extent.
Sure.
But yeah, I guess you could say that's kind of the difference, just the amount of precautions that are taken.
Sure. So Seth, I got to interview Coach Garcia a few weeks ago concerning the end of season last year. You guys are rolling. You're playing probably some of the best basketball that I've seen you guys play, and I've got to watch you guys for the last 3 years. With a couple losses to Booker T, you had a loss in there, I believe, to Owasso. But you're getting ready for the tournament. Tournament never happens. What's the emotions like as a senior for your year to end the way it did?
I mean, it was tough, but because we did win like 11 in a row. We was hot, but I mean, yeah, it's whatever. We just had to accept it.
Not a lot. What about emotion-wise, though? What were you thinking? What was your thought process? Obviously, you're not going to play with your teammates anymore, but you personally.
I mean, I was mad for like a week, and I got over it. I mean, couldn't do nothing about it.
Right. Did Big Brother have any advice for him?
I don't think so.
I mean, honestly though, like I remember I had called him, and we were just both shocked because my season had ended up ending too. Mm-hmm. So like, I just remember calling him like, man, like what is going on? Like, this is crazy.
So let me ask you about that, Ethan. You guys were 19 and 11 overall.
Yeah.
Not the greatest record, 7th in the AAC, but you had tournament hopes. You never know when the tournament rolls around what's going to happen. So what was that conversation like with your teammates?
I just remember I was in Fort Worth for the conference tournament. We were about to play a game, and then I was checking. I would just sit in my room watching ESPN, and I was seeing like, okay, Big 10 canceled, all the Big 12 canceled, and then we got a text that said our game's done. Pack your bags. We're busing home.
Right.
And then I don't know if it was before or after that. I can't really recall. I think it might have been a few days after that their thing got canceled, and my mom had ended up calling me and telling me, and I hit him up like, this is, there's nothing you can do. Like, This has never happened before.
Well, and you guys have both been through, I'm not saying you've had injuries, but you know what it's like to get hurt, have to sit out a game or two. You know you're coming back from that. we don't know. You didn't know if you were coming back from this. There was still talk at the end of the season, Seth, that the tournament was going to happen. I think there was talk off and on for the first week that college was going to have some sort of tournament, but inevitably it's over. It's over for both of you. So let's take you back then to Union. You both played for Coach Garcia. Talk a little bit, Seth, I'll start with you. Talk a little bit about, maybe fondest memories, but what do you remember? What did Coach Garcia instill in you specifically that allowed you to keep going?
I'm going to have to edit this out. No.
What about a fondest memory, though? Played against some good basketball players.
Yeah. Fondest memory probably going to tournaments Oklahoma City, probably just winning sometimes winning some years.
Okay. What about you, Ethan?
Both of those questions?
Yeah, you can have both of them, sure.
For Coach Garcia, man. Coach Garcia, that's my guy. The biggest thing I remember about Coach Garcia is he always just remind me, like, there's somebody out there working harder. There's somebody out, you know what I mean? Like, you can't never take it easy because there's always somebody coming for your spot. You know what I mean? That's probably the biggest thing I learned. They try to instill in me over there. Coach Garcia, Coach Geary, Coach Ritter, Coach Peaker, who's not here anymore. But, I'll say that's the biggest thing. And then fondest memory, I have a few. I would say that when that buzzer sounded my freshman year in ORU for the ring, that was great. Sophomore year, I mean, I had a lot of fun every year, you know what I mean? I had an injury my junior year. I had to sit out a while. Came back senior year. I mean, that whole season was a memory to me. We went undefeated until, semis and ended up losing, but still that whole year traveling, like he said, to Oklahoma City and seeing, just being with the team. I still talk to those guys to this day. I texted Mo yesterday. I talk to Adrian all the time, Nikhil, Ajay, Jamari, everybody. So, those are definitely my close friends. I have so many great memories. Those are just a few.
Right, and those are your close friends. Those guys never seem to leave you.
Oh, no.
Not at all.
Not at all.
So, talk some college hoops for just a second, Ethan. You guys are SMU is 6-0 currently. You guys have a couple of games that will happen between now and when this interview airs. But talk about the grind of the season. As a student athlete of your caliber, what's it like day in and day out? It's not an easy gig.
Not at all. I think, especially when younger dudes are deciding what college they want to go to, definitely check out the academics. Make sure you can bear it. As for basketball, I would say it was a little less of a grind this year just because I don't have to physically go to class anymore. So, I mean, that kind of took a little stress off my body, I feel, from previous years. But the grind every day is just like, school, practice. You kind of just really got to lock in on those two. And all the other stuff you kind of got to push to the side if you really want to, get where you want to go.
So favorite place on the road to play for you?
Oh, no question. Right here.
Really? Coming back to Tulsa?
Oh, yeah. I mean, honestly, I haven't played very well the last couple of times I've been here, but this year we're hoping for – I'm going to try to downplay it this year and get a better result.
There you go. So, Seth, let's ask you a couple things about yourself. You're a college man now. What have you noticed about yourself, or what have you had to change about yourself going into your freshman year? What's different?
I had to work a lot harder because people is older. I'm playing against like 20, 21-year-olds, and I gotta be better than at basketball. So.
You still made the jump, and a lot of kids don't get that opportunity. So, just reflect back on that.
Yeah, what you said?
School, books, weights. Stay prayed up.
Nah, faster.
You good.
Well, and something you referenced too, Seth, that probably when I had you as a junior, I didn't think I'd ever hear you say, which is, I'm playing against guys that are older. I've got to be better than them.
Yeah.
And so you have that mindset that you've got to be better than them. So very good, gentlemen. Listen, so Ethan and his SMU teammates will take on Cincinnati on the 6th of January, Temple on the 9th, both games at home, and then Seth and his Cavaliers kick off the season versus Southwestern Community College on January 13th. Gentlemen, thanks for joining us so much. Good luck this year, and look forward to seeing you around the high school if you get a chance to come back.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having us.
Thanks, guys.
That, are very, very low percentage shots. So I say probably just slow it down, play back in within yourselves, and, run your offense and use your length to your advantage.
Nagy with a big 3 bucket at the end of that half, and that's something that the guys can build off of as well.
Yeah,
for Union.
It's one of those to where you throw something up at the end and hope it goes in, and it did. So you get a little bit of that momentum swinging your way and a little bit of confidence, even though that's not a shot he's going to take,
Ever.
again, unless it's those same circumstances. But, hey, 3 points is 3 points. So you build on that momentum and
go from there. So on the floor for Coach Garcia, you got Davey and Sanders, Jones, Pierce, and Reed goes to work there. Nice high off the glass, rebound by Mann, and Owasso will push the floor. We're just underway in the second half. Thanks for joining us on the Union Sports Network alongside Casey Jordan. I'm Jim Douthit. Great time here so far, and Davey with a nice steal. He'll look the floor. He's going to try to make him pay. Nice little spin move, but can't handle the basketball, but he controls it to Pierce. Pierce for 3. Doesn't quite get there. Mann with the rebound. They'll push the floor. Oh, and a nice reverse. Can't get it to go, but a foul will be called on Sanders. And Mann will go to the line and shoot 2. Sure like to see Pierce get hot from that corner for sure.
yeah, he can't really tell there. He didn't look like he necessarily forced it, but I don't think his feet was set, and he kind of, that's not a shot that whenever his feet are set, he's going to make that, and it just seemed a little bit out of rhythm for him.
Ball's out of bounds there. Coach Garcia not real happy about that possession.
Yeah, there was really no need to pick that ball up there. I'm not for sure why he did that, but whenever you pick it up in that situation, you put yourself in a bad spot, and Coach Garcia knows that, and he didn't seem too happy with it, and rightfully so.
Now Ellison puts it on the floor. He'll get it over to Journey with a shot, rebound there by Reed, and that's 5 or 6 rebounds for Reed. Up ahead to Jones. Jones can't get it to finish. Pierce with the nice work underneath, and the big fella finally gets it put back. Boy, Trent Pierce, great job underneath. And Union extends their lead to 11. Little mix up there. Big fella takes 3, not even close. Pierce with the rebound. Reed up ahead to Jones. Jones stops, pops, and he'll get 2. Nice little stop there.
Yeah, that was a better possession there. That first time he went in, and he tried to get Caden off his feet and didn't time his shot right that time. He just pulled it up from about 8 feet out.
Coach Montanati, Coach, take a timeout there as Union extends their lead to 13. And this is a great opportunity to remind you that the Union Athletic Department would like to thank Advanced Orthopedics of Oklahoma, as they're our sports medicine provider for all district sports. And along with TTCU, we'd like to thank TTCU for supporting Union schools and the Union Athletic Department. Good timeout there by Coach of Owasso to make sure that he's settling his boys down.
Yeah, you don't want to let this lead get too big, so you take a timeout, you make a quick little adjustment, and tell your guys, hey, calm down. We're still not out of this. Let's go ahead and finish doing what we were doing and run our offense.
The experience that Coach Montanati brings to this squad definitely can be a big deal. He can calm his players down because obviously a man of that caliber and that experience has seen just about everything you could see in basketball.
Yeah, he definitely playing playing for Coach Sutton, he's got a lot of that experience and a lot of that knowledge. So, 3 years with Coach Sutton is 10 years with most coaches. So
Davey with a nice steal up ahead to Sanders. Sanders with a nice drive, and boy, howdy. Sanders playing like he's 6'8", 6'9" right now.
Yeah, both Sanders and Green play a lot bigger than they are, so you like to see that from both of them.
Double team there. Owasso kicks it out, man with the drive. Oh, nice finish. Well, he didn't quite get it to finish it. Pierce and Davey and fight for the ball. Man comes away with it. He'll finally get charged with the foul as Sanders helps him up. Quite the possession, and Kyler Mann there, strong around the basket. He had 2 or 3 Union players covering him up.
Yeah, he fought hard down there, and that's one thing that you like to see is him battling underneath, and you would like to come away with 2 points here, but they're struggling a little bit from the free throw line tonight. So
Armstrong will check back in as Lewis has a seat for Owasso. Davey and Sanders will switch sides. And we'll shoot the second of 2. Man will get the friendly roll there. Jediah Jones gathers the ball. And Sanders will bring it up. Big long pass across court. Jones over to Reed. Reed to Davey. Davey stops, shoots 3. Bang! Beautiful basket there by Davey.
Yeah, they kind of backed off of him and wasn't expecting him to take that shot. And he had a wide open look, set his feet, and beautiful shot.
Davey with a nice shot there. And they're coming alive. Davey, nice hustle there. Gets a high five from Sanders. That's great hustling. I don't want to say it, but Union's starting to show a little bit different life than we saw in the first half for sure. Block there by Pierce. Sanders will push it up. Looking ahead for Pierce, and he'll get the, I think we missed a little goaltending call there, but Pierce will get it controlled. Nice little spin move. He won't get that to go. And that's going to be a jump ball. Boy, howdy, I think, unfortunately, Stripes missed a little goaltending call on Pierce.
Yeah, and Pierce there didn't look too happy with himself. He knew that wasn't a good shot choice by him, and, he's a smart kid, but he's just a sophomore. He's gonna make some plays like that to where he thinks that he's closer and has a better angle than he does, and he turned around and was nowhere near where he wanted to be. So
is it possibly too that the young fella's starting to force it a little bit? We know, we've seen him enough. He's only got 7 on the night. Not that that's bad points to have, but he's usually up around 12 to 15 at this point that we've seen out of him anyway. Is he forcing things?
A little bit. I mean, he had numbers there, so he wanted to go back up with it. It's just whenever he planted his feet and turned around, he was staring at the end of the backboard instead of having an angle for a putback. So he just, as he goes, he's going to get smarter there and realize where he's at and have a little bit better court awareness. So
Morris and Jeremiah check back in, and a big block there by number 24, Bryce Journey for Owasso, the 6'4 senior. That was a block and a half.
Yeah, he threw that one into the stands with a little bit of aggression.
It was Jeremiah with a nice drive, can't get it to finish. Fry with the rebound. Armstrong will bring it up now over to Fry. Fry will put it on the floor. Little spin move, and Pierce rejects that one.
He said, I see you're 6'7", and I raise your 6'7".
Nice job there by the sophomore. And if he's not scoring, he's putting up some nice blocks. Now Armstrong with a nice dribble. Inside, Fry inside. Can't get the finger roll to go. And the battle, ball out of bounds. Last touch by Caden Fry. And Union will get the ball. Jeremiah will throw it in to Morris.
Beautiful pass there by Kyler Mann. He saw Caden out of the corner of his eye, threw a hard one-handed no-look pass to him, and you hope in the future Caden makes 2 points out of that, but beautiful pass there.
Pierce up high. He'll give it to Jeremiah. Back to Pierce. Pierce launches the three. Just off. Rebound Armstrong. That was a nice look by the fellow, but he didn't get it to quite go. Now Armstrong down. Ahead to Man. Man in. And he'll go to the line and shoot two. A.J. Reed's first foul of the evening. Team fouls right now. Union's got 4 to Owasso's 1, and the roles are a little reversed on that scoreboard from what we saw in the first half. Mann will come up and shoot a second as Kenny checks back in, and Nagy checks in for Coach Garcias. Kenny getting some good playing time here. The 6'3" senior. Now a little full court press by Owasso. Jeremiah throws it up. Kenny over to Morris, and Morris will slow it down. Jeremiah drives, can't get it to go. Fry with the rebound. Pierce all over Fry, but Fry with the nice hands gets it to Armstrong, and Armstrong will bring it up. They'll work it inside to Man. They're going to try to get Man's work going. And he gets in. And the foul. Kenny will get charged with the foul. That's Kenny's second, and Kenny was looking around. He thought he went straight up. Not real happy with the call as the senior. Miss. Mann will get charged with the foul, or excuse me, Kyler Mann will get charged with the foul, maybe?
Lane violation. He went across the line before the ball hit the rim, so.
Very good.
Got a little bit early.
Nice eyes there by Casey Jordan, the one, the only. Nice bucket. That's really nice ball movement, and quickly up the floor, and Morris gets 2. Armstrong with a nice little move, can't finish it though. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Yeah,
and Kenny will get charged with another foul.
Union did a beautiful job of breaking that press. Really couldn't have executed it any better. They got the ball up quick and covered the length of the floor in about 4 seconds. And you know, it's tough to defend that whenever you can break a press that efficient.
Kenny with the 3rd foul. He'll check out. Sanders will check back in. Kenny's doing a little hobbling there on the sideline. We're hoping he's okay. Of course, when bodies start colliding down there, Kenny's not the biggest kid. He's tall, but he's skinny. When you get some of these Owasso kids flying into you, especially a B.J. Armstrong, BJ's built a whole lot like, or Brandon Armstrong, I should say. He's built a whole lot like DeMond Sanders.
Yeah, both of them like to play with a lot of strength and violence to their game, and you know, whenever you're built like they are, it's easy to do.
Man with the steal, put back for 3, airballed it all the way. Nice hustle. Boy, howdy, that was nice hustle by Journey. And Morris was kind of caught sleeping there.
Yeah, Morris was just going to let that go out of bounds, but you know, smart play there by Bryce to force that ball off of him to where you get another opportunity.
Now up high, Sanders with a nice hustle to get back and cover. Armstrong will set it back up after Potter couldn't do anything with it for Owasso. No, Potter will get it in the corner. He'll shoot the long 3 off the rim. Rebound there by Morris, and he'll slow it down. That's probably a nice job right there, pulling that up.
Smart play. You don't want to, force that down, pull that back whenever you got.
Oh, Sanders, bang! He's got a big smile on his face, and that brought the Union bench to its feet. Sanders with a big 3 bucket there. And a turnover. And Coach Montanati not very happy with the way his players are playing right now. Bryce Journey will have a seat. 105. Union up by 17 now. As Morris just slows it way down. Jeremiah looks the floor. Tries to drive, nice little spin move. Can't get it to fall though. Shot you got to take there, Casey?
It wasn't the best shot selection, but,
And a hard foul. And Fry and Jeremiah collide. And Fry jumps back up, and he gets a nice hand from the Owasso faithful behind us.
Yeah, that was a tough fall by the kid. You know, he's a big kid, so when he's coming down that hard, it's not going to be a soft landing. So it's nice to see him jump up and, you know, not be in any visible pain.
You're not going to let it show.
Sometimes you got to. It's okay.
Fry will go to the line and shoot 2. I thought he was going to shoot 2. Yes, that's what I thought. Very good. Trenton Ellison checks back in for Owasso. So on the floor for Owasso, got Leslie and Ellison, along with Fry, Armstrong, and Mann. And Owasso gets a point out of that. Now Morris, I imagine, will kind of slow this down. And just as soon as I say that, Sanders tries to drive the basket. Pierce in trouble now. Over to Nagy. Nagy will slow it down, and Morris, as Coach Garcia holds his hand up as into, hang on, let's slow this down, fellas. 26 seconds now remaining. And he'll get the play he wants. Nagy with a nice ball control there. And Fry's going to get charged with a foul. And that's Fry's only first foul. He's played some good basketball in this game so far. Clean.
Yeah, he's played some clean defense, and you know, now only with one foul with 1 quarter to go, he has an opportunity to play a little bit more aggressive here to try to get some points for his team.
Nagy at the buzzer. Well, practically at the buzzer. There's a buzzer shot, and that's not even going to come close. But a nice turnaround jumper there by Nagy. And Owasso is down by 18 as we take a timeout here. The fourth quarter is coming up on the Union Sports Network. Welcome back. As we start the fourth quarter here, Union up by 18. Nagy with the ball. He'll get fouled, and he'll go to the line and shoot 2. So for Owasso, on the floor for them, they with Mann and Armstrong, Leslie, Ellison, and Fry. For Coach Garcia, it's got Jeremiah, Jones, Nagy, Sanders, and Morris. Rebound there by Fry. Armstrong will set it up and tell his players to get on down the floor. I got this. Armstrong with the nice move. And he'll get 2 shots. The foul will be charged to Nagy. Armstrong goes to the line and shoots 2. If you're wondering, Owasso's already in the bonus. And they only have 3 team fouls called against them so far. For Coach Garcia, there's 8 team fouls on his team. Jeremiah goes cross court to Morris. Morris stops, puts it on the floor. He loses it. Man with the steal. A foul and 1. And at that point, Casey, don't you think you just kind of let man go? He's got to step on you, and you just let him have the basket.
Yeah, I mean, you're at the time you were up 17, so you really don't want to take an unnecessary foul there. Now he's got a chance to make a 3-point play. But if you're Owasso, it's a good way to get back in it. They force them to foul you and take advantage of it. Now, if you can take advantage of the free throw as well, then it's a good way to crawl back into this.
Just like that, Morris checked out as Nagy checked out, I should say, as A.J. Reed checked back in for Coach Garcia. There's Nagy with a nice move, and he'll get a nice floater. And Nagy's got 11. Now Armstrong up ahead. Nice little spin move, up and under. And a steal there and another basket. And Potter's going to get the foul and go to the line and shoot another one. And just like that, Owasso's starting to really come on. Jeremiah's going to have a seat.
Yeah,
Probably get an earful from Coach Garcia. Go ahead.
Yeah, that was a good defensive possession there for Owasso. They force a turnover in their full court press, and then now have an opportunity for a 3-point play.
Off there, rebound by Reed, and how many times have I said that tonight? Reed's been all over the place and getting the boards. Sanders to Nagy, Nagy inside to Jones. Jones probably shouldn't have taken that shot, but he didn't have much of a choice there. Nice hands by Reed. They get the ball back, and the foul. Man will go to the line. Davey will get charged with the foul, but that's Davey's only first foul of the evening, so that bodes well. Man gets the first of his 2 shots. 51-39, Pierce checks back in. Damon Sanders has a seat. Man to get his team within 10. Off, rebound. Should have been a jump ball, but man, I tell you what, Fry pulls it away. Fry pulls it away. And timeout, Union, and I'll tell you why. Coach Garcia takes a timeout because the foul that was charged on Davey actually had Man poke Davey in the eye. And that's what Coach Garcia is trying to talk about right now. And that's what Coach Garcia is probably pretty emphatic about.
Yeah, he had to take a timeout there for 1 or 2 reasons. I mean, he wanted to argue the foul, but he also needed to calm his squad down. They're playing a little loose, and Owasso's putting a lot of pressure on them, and they're getting some turnovers. And it's one thing you don't want to see is a big lead like that starting to disappear just because you start playing a little out of yourself right there.
Little sloppy basketball. So this is the time then when Coach Garcia is just really, there's not a lot he's talking about besides calm down.
Yeah, they're getting a little frustrated with themselves, so take an opportunity to say, hey guys, take a deep breath, relax. We still got a 9-point lead. Let's just go ahead and go out there, get back under control, and take care of business right here.
So Davey does join the fray out here as he was smiling, but he's blinking that left eye pretty big. Reed throws it into Davey. Davey over to Nagy. Back to Reed, and Reed will push it. Boy, and he almost was pushed there. Yeah, and there's a foul and a half. Well, Caden Fry's going to get charged with the foul, but they could have called it on Armstrong as well because he pushed him from behind as Reed was going to the basket.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of those too, though. If you're Caden, you kind of live with that one because you contested him, you're forcing him to earn it, but that's only his second foul, so he can live with that.
Reed makes him pay as he gets a shot. Sanders checks in. Davey gets to have a seat, maybe have that eye looked at. Absolutely. Reed will get take the second shot. Up by 10. Rebound there by Mann. 10-point lead for Union. And as Mann comes down, he's calling some plays as well. Armstrong sets it up. Dishes it back for three. Big three ball there by Potter. And Owasso's starting to feel it. Now to Nagy. Nagy to Sanders. Sanders to Pierce. Pierce with a big drive. And there you go. Caden Fry, as you said, being aggressive.
Yeah, that's one of those that, he wasn't upset with himself right there because he knew he needed to get in Trent's way. And, it's one of those deals to where you put a big body in front of him and make him adjust in midair.
Well, and right now, Union's not doing a very good job from the charity stripe, so they're going to foul him, every time down the floor.
Yeah, neither team right now is shooting very good from the free throw line. It looks like as a whole, both of them are shooting under 50%. So free throws have been an issue for both teams. So it's not something you like to see, but.
Sanders with the big steal, and boy, he can't control his body, and that was a pretty nice play by him. Tries to control his body, steps out of bounds, steps back in bounds to try to get control of the ball, but all that for nothing as Owasso gets the ball back. Nice shot there. Boy, a lucky bounce. Fry gets the bounce, kicks it back out. Another three ball by Potter. And the lead is now 4. And the fans from Owasso come alive behind us. It's a nice job for Union to get it up. Timeout there. And you could see it in A.J. Reed's eyes. He needed a timeout, and we'll take a timeout with 5:20 remaining in the fourth. You're watching Union men's basketball on the Union Sports Network. Welcome back inside the UMAC. Quick little information for our juniors and seniors out there. The College and Career Center will be hosting its first ever scheduled fair on January 13th and 14th at the high school for all current sophomores and juniors. These students will be able to explore many of the career choices, the course offerings here at Union. So for more information, you guys can stop by the College and Career Center at the high school. That's going to be open January 13th and 14th for all sophomores and juniors at Union High School. Back to action here. Reed with the nice body control. He can't get it to finish. Sanders with the hustle. Jones gets it back. And it looks like we're going to have a foul on the floor. With 4:57 remaining, Union's up by 4. Foul there to Armstrong.
Yeah, he got caught with a reach in. He was trying to make a defensive play to get an opportunity, but got caught with, as the expression goes, with the hand in the cookie jar.
Now to Reed. Reed will push it back out. And Reed looks just a little disgusted at this point. Trying to get something to happen.
Yeah, their offense has come a little bit stagnant right now, and they need.
Ball out of bounds. Jediah giving Reed a high five, telling him to hang in there, big fella. Stick to our game plan.
Yeah, Potter's feeling pretty hot right now, so if they're gonna look to get him the ball on the three-point line, and if he keeps shooting the way he's shooting, he's about to make it a one-point game.
Fadeaway jumper won't go. Sanders with the rebound there. That's a good defensive play by Union. Up ahead to Pierce. Pierce. And a foul. Trent Ellison was going to get charged with a foul there. Pierce will get to go to the line. Nice aggressive play there by Union. to go to the line. It was almost a 2-on-1. I'm not too sure who was under the basket with Pierce. But Pierce looked like he was going to try to take it all by himself as Nagy has a seat. Morris checks back in. 52-48 with 4:12 remaining. Pierce gets the first. Got to make it from the charity strike, Casey.
Yeah, they've been.
And both of them there.
Made both of them there. They've both been shooting pretty sloppy from the free throw line, so you like to see him make both of those there. And you know, it's something that you can work on in practice, but in the game, there's really not much adjustments you can do other than make it.
Potter all by himself over there. Boy, if they could find him. And that's a nice turnover there. Sanders caused that. Damon Sanders will push the floor now. He'll slow up, pick it up there, inside to Pierce. Pierce can't handle it, back to Jones. Jones with a nice bucket there. Owasso with a timeout as the lead is back to 8. And we'll take a timeout as well. You're watching Union Basketball on the Union Sports Network. Welcome back inside the UMAC as we've got one heck of a game going on here. 56-48, Union on top right now with 3:41 to play. And both the teams, Casey, getting pretty aggressive here underneath the basket and around the basket for that matter right now.
Yeah, they're playing, both of them are playing very physical down low. And
Fry's going to go to the line. Pierce is going to get... My apologies. A.J. Reed will get charged with a foul there. Thought it was on Pierce. Pierce was not happy with how things were transforming for him. Fry will make the first of 2. He'll get them both and cut the lead to 6. Jones into Reed. Reed will put it on the floor and up to Nagy. Or excuse me, to Morris. Morris back to Reed, to Morris, and they're playing catch. Nice job. Quick timeout there by Coach Garcia. Not too sure why a trip wasn't called. Is that one of those things where feet get caught up and you're not going to call a foul on that?
yeah, that wasn't intentional. Their feet did get a little collected right there, but you know, you could tell that it wasn't necessary and wasn't on purpose. So you don't call that as a kind of a bang-bang play.
It's pretty easy to watch two coaches like this, and when you don't see them getting too upset about something, you know it's probably the proper call.
Yeah, I mean, you know, in the long run, even if you look back and watch film, you understand that that's a good call there. So you don't argue it, and you hope, you know, the defense can come away with a turnover right here so you can try to dig into this 6-point lead. There's plenty of time left, though, for Owasso to take smart shots. They're not in that unnecessary shot selection opportunity, so.
Jones will throw it in. Reed will set it up. Reed with the drive. Nice dish, can't get it to go. Pierce over the top. Scramble for the ball. Picked up there by Owasso. Nice hustle, Potter. What a beautiful pass. What a finish. Potter with a very, very nice behind the back pass. and finish by Owasso to bring them within 4. Now up ahead, nice control there. Hustle by Fry, and he'll control the rebound. Union's got to be careful here not to get a foul, especially on that end of the floor.
Yeah, with them being in the bonus situation, you don't want to have an unnecessary foul down here just to send them to the free throw line.
Now Armstrong will set it up. Guarded there by Jones and Sanders. He's left alone. Doesn't get it to go, and Reed will get the rebound. He's had about 12 rebounds on the evening, it seems like. Now Pierce for 3. Boing! Woo! What a beautiful shot there by Pierce. And if Pierce can get hot, man, bang all day. That's what we were hoping for the young sophomore, as he's got 12 now.
Yeah, he got his feet set and took the shot that he wanted, so he'll, anytime that he can get his body under control and nice contested shot right there, as Coach Garcia can live with that all day.
Now spin move by Man. Man can't get it to go. And Pierce, Pierce will get charged with a foul over the back. And Coach Garcia is hot.
Yeah, he's got a point though. I mean, they're really not calling that over back both ways, so he's upset because he hadn't been getting it on the other end. So, in my opinion, he's got a right to be a little bit heated in that situation.
I like the sophomore's take on the whole thing. Is Pierce not happy with it, but he went right back, turned around, went right back to the line, and just stood there. And sometimes, young people can, well, even old people like myself, you let your emotions get the best of you, and next thing you know, you get a technical or you get an uncalled foul.
Yeah, it's one of those deals to where you're not going to do yourself or your team any.
Nice over and under by Pierce. And the foul be called on Caden Fry, and he's got 4 now.
Just a situation like that, on the other end, if Trent argues that call and he gets a little bit mouthy with the ref, he might not get that call on that end. So, it's a smart play by him to just put his head down, let the refs do their job. There's nothing you can do about it, so no point of arguing it.
And Pierce there and almost couldn't complete the 3-point play. And Morris will be charged with a foul, and Garcia's not happy about that, and Coach Garcia's got a right not to be happy. We just talked about that. That's not where you want to foul these players.
Yeah, and I hate to use the expression a cheap foul, because you hate to waste a shot, an opportunity for them to get points on a ticky-tack foul.
Man will make him pay as he gets 1. He can cut the lead to 6 here if he makes this basket with 1:27 remaining in the 4th, and he will. Sanders will throw it in. Morris back up to Sanders. Sanders will get it over half court, and there's a foul. Interesting call here.
Yeah, he's shaking his head a little bit, but he was pretty aggressive there on his defense and got his hand more inside the hips than he should have. So if he could have kept his left hand on the outside, he would have been fine. But once you start reaching in and pushing, they're going to call that every time.
Well, and that's a good foul because Sanders can't connect, and Owasso gets the ball with just over a minute to play. 3 ball there by Armstrong, and there's the over the back that we just talked about, and again, not a call. And I now see what you were talking about. Coach Garcia's got to be hot about that.
Yeah, and Armstrong took an unnecessary 3 right there. You got to move the ball around and get a good look instead of just throwing it up to throwing it up. You're down by 6, but you still have 2 or 3 possessions you could get out of this game. So that wasn't a very smart shot selection by him.
Sanders has got to make his free throws here, as Reed and Morris both come back to cover Potter. Potter and Morris are talking and having a good time. Sure like to hear what those two are talking about right now.
Yeah, they're probably both talking about how some of these fouls have been a little bit on the weak side. So
Sanders will push the lead, 62-55 with just under a minute to go, and here we go. Armstrong sets it up. Jones with some nice defense there. Potter tries, nice little move, denied by Pierce. Up ahead, and the finish. Pierce with the denial, Reed with the finish. 35 to go, and Potter with a nice finish at the other end. Up by 7 with 32 seconds to play, and we'll take a quick timeout. 64-57, we're back after this on the Union Sports Network. Welcome back inside the UMAC. Quick reminder, our next broadcast is going to come to you in 2 weeks. I believe the date will be the 19th when we welcome in the Sapulpa Chieftains. Mike Rose, a great athletic director over there at Sapulpa. He and I have had some great conversations this year about the great things that Sapulpa's doing, and we look forward to hosting the Chieftains on the 19th and maybe catch up with Mike at that time. Up by 7 is Union. Union, if you're wondering, will go to Putnam North and play in a tournament against about 8 different squads, including them. That'll come up Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and there's a foul by man from 11 on 11, and Reed will go to the line. We got wrestling also coming up when Thursday, wrestling on the Union Sports Network. That will kick off at 6 o'clock. Join myself, and I believe Steve Dunlap will join me with that. Be my first time doing wrestling, so that ought to be exciting.
You'll have a good time. Wrestling is a beautiful sport, and I'm fortunate enough to do it for 15 years, and it's one of those sports that once you start it, it's hard to not live, breathe, and eat it every minute after that.
Ponca City will come to town, and we appreciate Ponca coming out. And there's not very many teams, unfortunately, that are schools, I should say, that are wrestling right now, just because of the situation that we're under. Ponca's nice enough to come to town and get to wrestle them. There's a foul. Caden Fry knocks Aramiah to the ground, and
that's not one you want to go out on, but, you know.
And he will foul out. Yeah, go ahead.
Might have been a little bit of a Warner Brothers performance there, but hey, you get big man sitting on the bench for the last 23 seconds, so you can live with that.
Up by 9 is Union, and we'll get the ball into Sanders, and Sanders picks it up underneath the basket to Pierce. Pierce will put it in, and Pierce has got 16. 13, 12, 10. No fouls here, just let him shoot. Nicely done. Rebound there. Pierce with the rebound, and that's a ball game. Wow, Union goes on to win against a feisty Owasso Rams team, 68-57. Casey, any closing quick remarks?
It was a good game by both of them. I mean, they both played aggressive defense, and it was a very physical game. You know, more fouls than you'd like to see, but when both teams are playing that aggressive on defense, they're going to get called. But it was a good game.
Trent Pierce leads the scorers for Union with 16. Owasso's Kyler Mann with 21. So, for our great crew and Andy Irwin and Jacob and Jerome and everybody that's running our cameras upstairs, he's Casey Jordan. I'm Jim Douthit. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Don't forget, you can watch Union in the Putnam City North Tournament. Check their website for more information about that. That'll be Thursday and Friday. Our next broadcast comes to you on the 19th. So for everybody here at the Union Sports Network, thanks and good night.